Third down and 20.
We're going to be ranking the positions, and I kind of want to do it the position groups. I kind of want to do it the way we did with the offensive linemen. You'll pick one,
Okay.
I'll pick one, but I'm going first this time.
Yeah, I was about to say, you can have it.
And my number one position group in this draft, I'll take quarterback. I think the quarterbacks are just too good. Yeah. I was thinking offensive line because there's so many good offensive linemen, but man, you don't see it.
I was going to go, if I had first pick, I was going to go line, but I mean,
dude, the fact that we're talking about possibly 4 quarterbacks being the first 4 picks is too good. I'm not passing up on that. I think quarterback is sick. I legitimately think that there are 6 first-round quarterbacks in this draft. You don't really say that too often. On top of guys like Davis Mills and Kyle Trask, and even like a Sam Ehlinger I'm starting to like a little bit. Maybe offensive line is definitely deeper, but quarterback, the top end, too good. And you have a generational prospect in Trevor Lawrence.
All right, so second, I'll just take O-line. Do you want me to break it down into like tackles or interior line, or just like one big group?
Okay, yeah, one big group.
I mean, what else you got to say about this class? I mean, there's 20,000 tackles that could go easily in the first round, it seems like, especially in some great guards too. Very deep class. Best one I remember in kind of some time, it feels like. But at 2, easily O-line.
For number 3, I'm gonna go linebacker. The more I've looked at it, the more I love this linebacker class. I don't think, because of the whole Micah Parsons bolt crap going on, I don't think you get the ceiling necessarily as some of the past classes. Like, even when you compare Micah Parsons to someone that we both loved, a Roquan Smith, right? Yeah. I don't think you get that top end stud, that bona fide, oh my God, this guy is easily a top 10.
A Devin White kind of guy, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a good it's good group.
Deep, dude. It's deep.
Yeah, it's a good group.
We're at the deep end of the pool with the linebackers, especially the off-ball linebackers.
That's what, these teams are going to be drafting early second round too. Some of these linebackers are going to fall out of there, and then you just get an absolute steal of a beast. And it's like you're in the perfect – if you suck this year, hey, more power to your team. Just draft right, because there is some good – in some of these classes, there are some deep players where you can just get a steal at the beginning of the next round.
All right, you're up here, boss.
I'm at 4. I'm taking cornerback. I think I said it. Was it last? It was a couple episodes ago or something. But I told you, after I watched Newsome, I just truly felt I love this corner class. Now, is it necessarily too deep? No, but J.C. Horn, Surtain, and then guy in talent with Farley. We know about his back, but I hope he can play because his talent's amazing. Newsome is a guy that I've really fallen in love with. A tremendous player, whoever he goes to in the first round. You get the guy from UCF, Aaron Robinson, you can play Asante Samuel Jr., even though he might not go in the first round just based off his size.
Very talented player.
Great talent. You got both UGA corners play very physical. Stokes, yeah. I'm pretty sure Stokes.
Dude, he ran like a 4.27 or like a 4.29 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, we're just talking about an extremely
keep going
talented
too.
Class.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, you go.
Elijah Molden is the dude I like out of Washington. Melo Nuenfu out of Syracuse, big physical kind of guy, right? I mean, Sean Wade, I think, is kind of overrated, but you talk about a physically good player and a good prospect.
Sean Wade looks like the guy that gets burned. I mean, yeah, I love this corner class, dude. I think the corner class is getting very slept on right now, kind of like with the linebacker class, honestly. I think both of these position groups are getting very slept on, and these are they're deep, and there is some good talent here. because 8 quarterbacks are going to go in the first 8
Well, yeah,
picks.
there's that. And I think that people don't think that Surtain and JC Horn are these like top tier corners, because like last year you had Okuda, who was like a bona fide top 5 guy, at least consensus.
Didn't play like it.
Yeah, I know both of us were not necessarily on the huge Okuda train. I don't know.
I
We
think that's
both
just
think
that
that
Ohio
JC Horn
State.
is the real Okuda of this class. Like I don't know why he's not getting more hype. I
Because he
don't know.
played for
Every
South
time I turn
Carolina.
on the tape, it's just holy crap. This guy is freaking insane. Like,
Yeah, because he's not going to get media attention because he played for South Carolina. Remember when Gilmore was a top 10 pick and he didn't get much
yeah,
media attention when he got picked. But I'm not going to say that he was the first corner that year, but like if he was getting picked at 10 to the Bills, I'm pretty sure he was.
the thing is with JC Horn too. I know we talk about him every episode. It's just you really don't see a corner that teams try so hard to game plan around. I was watching on the stream on the 3rd and 20 Twitch, 3rd_and_20 on Twitch. Hit us up with a follow. Dude, that Ole Miss game, they put Elijah Moore, they lined him up in every freaking position to get him away from JC Horn. Like,
Yeah.
I just didn't see that with someone like Surtain. Maybe because it's the Alabama defense. Like, okay, you go to the other side, you got 5-star McGee over there too. So, like, good luck. Yeah.
That's
So
true.
corners I like. I'm gonna take the next one. I'm gonna go receiver. Receiver. We both kind of agree that top end of this receiver class, unbelievable. The depth, there are some good players, but it is, I think, a little bit overrated, especially when you compare it to last year. But while the depth is somewhat overrated, there is a plethora of guys that can play. And I think that a lot of these guys are going to last until like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round even. So wide receiver, it's got the top end. I don't think it really has a huge meaty middle. It depends on who goes where. But I think the depth, there's so many guys that have potential and can play. So I'm going to take receiver here.
I agree with you. The depth and the, how great Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith are carry
Even
this
Waddle
class.
too.
Yeah, Waddle too. Whittle Waddle. But just basing it off last year, like it has the depth of last year, if that makes sense. But it just doesn't feel like it has that.
It doesn't have as many top end guys. Like last year, it was almost like, okay, like T. Higgins and Brandon Ayuk and Rager and Pittman. It's like, okay, all these guys are really good. It's hard to choose between. I feel like this year you don't have as many of those like mid to late 1st round prospects. You have a bunch of like 2nd roundy kind of guys.
I agree. Oh, that leaves me at 6. I think this is a pretty easy pick for me. I'm gonna go edge right here. I'm gonna go D-line. You get players like really like Jalen Phillips, Kwity Paye, Gregory Sal, and like Jalen Phillips and Kwity Paye, I think can make an impact day one, just like based how they are. But then there's guys that really haven't performed but have great athletic ability that, one of these are guys are going to be a bust. One of them's going to be a Vic Beasley, but one of them is going to be a beast. And those players are like Jason Away, Azeez Ojulari is very talented. Well, I mean, technically, I guess you could put him at linebacker too, but like just talking about like a edge rusher.
I think he's an edge rusher though. I'll give you that.
But then you got maybe like a Barmore. The other D tackles we were talking about. I don't want to try to say that one guy's name. I'll mess it up.
Onwuzurike.
Yeah, but I know I said a Joseph Asai. Like it's a pretty deep class with some talented pass rushers. The thing is, even though most of them have like these crazy athletic builds, like great physical attributes, you haven't really seen it happen in game. So like I think it's if they fit a system and have like another guy beside them, then you're gonna be able to see their physical traits really take mold. But I'm gonna put them at 6 just because I still think there's a lot of talent in this class.
No, I agree with you, and I like the point that you made. Like, I think there's going to be some good 2nd and 3rd round possible picks here, especially with like a Patrick Jones out of Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, Patrick Jones. And
Quincy
Weaver.
Roche.
Yeah, Weaver from Pitt.
Yeah,
And
Weaver.
yeah,
Like
I
there are
mean,
some. There's gonna. It's definitely a very deep class. It just doesn't have those huge high end top top picks that we've seen in the past couple of years. You know, the Bosa's and Chase Young and Miles Garrett. Right? It doesn't have that guy.
yeah, it doesn't have that guy. You're right.
Man, this is a tough pick for me between because we got two position groups left, running back and safety. I almost want to call it a draw here because I feel like they're both pretty similar. Oh
Got
man,
tied down.
oh, I forgot about tight end. I'll go tight end then. Jesus, what are you doing over there? I'll go tight end simply because I don't think tight end's very deep. But give me Kyle Pitts. Give me Kyle Pitts.
True, Kyle Pitts
He
is kind of
carries.
carrying this tight end. Yeah.
He's like the LeBron James of tight ends. He's going to carry you.
So that leaves me to pick
Now
between.
you got to pick between the running back and the safety. What's up?
God, dude, this is so tough. This is so tough. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go safety. I think the safety
That
class
shocks
is better.
me.
I think the safety class is. I know too because I don't love not. I like Najee and love Javante, but like I. I can't get past the rest of the running backs. I'm not an NTN guy. I don't like him, like not as a person. Like I just don't like him as a player. Like I don't think he's that. I don't think he's gonna make it. I'm not really. Yeah, you could say Michael Carter to me. Maybe he could be like a second kind of guy, but never a guy. Never anything more like that. I mean, he could prove me wrong. Um, I'm just basing off the running back class of last year. But the safety class, I'll go safety because, you got people like Javon Holland was a first round talent, like we said earlier. You still got Trayvon Morway. You got Jamar Johnson, if a guy from Indiana who's kind of being slept on a little bit. He can play.
I would have
That's
gone
basically.
running back personally. I think you
Yeah,
want to know the
maybe.
reason why? I have never been so whelmed by a safety class. I usually love the safeties. And this year, I'm just like, dude, I haven't fallen in love with like any of these guys.
I'm
I
looking at
like
some. You
Cisco
got
a lot.
Cisco. You
You
got
know,
Cisco, and then
dude, that Syracuse secondary was pretty freaking good, and he was like the leader of that group.
well, what would be interesting about this safety class because, like, I don't picture. Well, we don't have any safety going in the first round. I don't think, and maybe not. Like now that I'm thinking about it, there's possibility a lot. Maybe only one or two are taken in the second round. But round 3 through 5, these safeties are going to be start popping off the board, and then you know can they start at that point? And I think a couple of them can. Like I kind of like Jamar Johnson. I thought he played well in Indiana, but you got running back then.
Yeah, I'll take running back. You take safety. All right, that works.